Alright, we are getting things back up and running. Probably hear that usual flight sim calming music in the background. Alright. Oh, that looks like a beautiful place to visit. Thank you all for sticking with me and coming right back. Apologies for the disruption there, but we can't fly with an outdated AIRAC cycle. That would have just been miserable. And it wasn't just like one cycle outdated, it was like from last year, but I think we solved that issue. And hopefully the rest of tonight will be smooth sailing. Although this doesn't look smooth sailing to me, it looks frozen. Yeah. It looks like it got stuck mid-transition there. Let's see if it recovers. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright. This is the fun part. You know, it's the anticipation. And how many times can you listen to this theme music on loop and not go crazy? I should do my ASMR voice while it loads. Just sit back, chill out, put your feet up, pour some scotch, replay scenes from Rick and Morty in your head. Imagine what it would feel like to experience true level. There should be a Twitch awards show, and one of the awards should be most entertaining streamer during loading screens. Alright. Enough frivolity. Let's get back on. We're in the Airbus A320. We are going back to Salt Lake City as the sun sets. One offer. I'm good. I'm good. Let's just choose a gate. Where were we last time? I think we were like Charlie 6. That was over here. Charlie 6. Yeah, let's go back there. And do our weight and balance. The sim's going to manage this for us anyway. But we'll just do that. And we are on live weather. Okay, let's go ahead and fly. Do you see these custom loading screen text? This is definitely, this changes based on the plane you're using, and this is definitely written by the Fenix team. Over 1,000 people fly in airplanes every day. That's a fact. That's a fact. Due to a bug with MSFS, some loading tips can be cut short even, oh come on. They had way too much fun with that. And it loads really quickly. Alright, ready to fly. And we are back in. No sim crash. No, we had to restart the computer so we could load the appropriate AIRAC cycle to the sim. It looks like it loaded us in a turnaround state again, even though I changed the default. So I wonder if it's not saving defaults. Let's go ahead and get this back down to cold and dark the way we like it. But yeah, I had to restart the computer to get the new Eric cycle inputted here. So cold and dark default. Oh, it is set as the default. Just didn't. Wait, hold on. Oh, interesting. It only applies it, I guess, after it starts. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're back to cold and dark. Everything in its right place. All right, so let's go to the overhead. Get things started up again. We'll try to do this express flow style. So batteries, external power, nav and logo, smoking, emergency exit lights, crew supply, on, ground control, on, IRSs, align. We'll assume the fire tests work. And that is it for the overhead for now until we get the APU started. So coming down here, the brightnesses are set, flight director's on. We'll have to check the METAR again to make sure that is up to date. Constraints. And we'll set everything else up when we brief our departure. Let's come down to, what's the shortcut I want? There we go. Scan down here. And come to the doors page. Cockpit oxygen looks good. Hydraulic fluid. Smoke detector fault if no livestock. Interesting. Clear that. We'll see if that clears itself as the system is continuing to boot up. Okay, but yeah. Yep, that cleared itself. Nice. Must be part of the setup, the startup. Engine, oil, and this seems to be random. These were different values the last time we booted up, which is actually pretty cool. There's some sense of realism. It's never going to be chock-a-block full all the time. Let's get ourselves on Unicom because we lost ATC because we took so damn long. Sorry guys, but we are on Unicom. And you know, I will say it's not really cold and dark because all the lights are on frickin' full blast. Squawk 1200, since we don't have ATC coverage. Alright. Flaps are retracted. Spoilers are retracted and disarmed. Rudder trim is neutral. Parking brake is on. We'll keep the cockpit door closed this time so we don't have to worry about it. And is our time correct? Yeah, our clock is correct now. So we'll reset that. And we'll run that when the engine starts. Let's go ahead and recalibrate our ball here. This is such a cool feature. Cool. So that is that for the initial cockpit flows. Let's head to our EFB here. We are late according to this. Do we have to change our units again? It didn't save it. So re-import from SimBrief, just to make sure it's correct. We're running late. It's fine. It's fine. Let's get our new METAR information. We're still windy. We're still taking off runway 34. Left or right, whatever's closest. And our QNH altimeter 2972. So let's go back to the glare shield. And hectopascals as 1006, so we'll come down here and adjust this to 1006. All right. Yeah, Luke, seriously, like we've been at it for maybe an hour and a half. We haven't even left the gate yet. I had to do a few restarts, kind of get things set up the way I need to set it up, but I'm having a friggin' blast, and you know, I hope you guys are enjoying it too. All right, and there's our routes, which still looks good from where since we looked at it the last time. Ground services, we haven't played with this menu very much. So we have the ground power unit, chocks and cones are there. PCA, what does PCA stand for? Unclear. Left door is open, and there's the pushback control. So we'll play with that when we're ready for it. But let's go to mass and balance. This is from SimBrief. That still looks good. Let's go ahead and load the aircraft. We'll still do fast because we don't want to be here forever. And it's starting to load. One thing I want to check, which of you do I want to do it from? This one looks good. No, not that one. Sorry. Hold on. If I turn all the way around, there's probably a shortcut for this, but let's open the door. Because you could open the door. Can you actually see people loading? I didn't think you would be able to. That'd be way too much processing power, honestly. But it was worth a shot. All right. So we are loading the aircraft, and we're almost back to where we were. That before triggered, loading the aircraft triggered a company message, but maybe we have to do initial setups on the McDo. So yes, this is, yes, we have the latest AirX cycle released today. So this now looks correct. IRSs are not aligned yet, so it's still going to take some time. And is that company message going to come through? Or, I don't know, maybe I did something wrong so that the message isn't going to come through for the load sheet. Yeah, nothing came in. Interesting. All right, well, we'll wait for the IRSs to finish the landing, and then we'll set up the McDo. But we can actually start briefing our departure at least. So let's come over here. Let's jump to our pilot brief. We already briefed the OFP, so we'll just load it, just so that we have it. And let's see. Oh, you sick. Sick. I didn't even think there was a checklist. And guys, there's a freaking user guide. It was here this whole time. This whole time. We could have been referencing this to get things set up the way we need to, instead of fiddling around. Oh my god. Oh my god. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, so we did put in the ACARs, put in sim brief, renders. Alright, that's all stuff we did. You'll need to calibrate your thrust levers. We did do all this, although we should make sure that's stuck, because it looks like a lot of the settings didn't stick. So actually, I'll do it from the seat here and zoom in, get a good look at the throttle. So we are at the idle detent, reverse idle, reverse full. All right, that works. And then to climb thrust, to flex, and then to toga. Great, that works fine. All right. So we did all this aircraft options. Numerous airline options available. Interesting. Most are automatically set for each livery that you download. Cool, we downloaded the Delta one. I will be able to use Navigraph because we have the subscription. We can use the FB on an external device, which is sick. Alright, so we loaded via sim brief. Mass load aircraft. Our preliminary load sheets are delivered 30 minutes before departure and can be accessed via the MIC2 ATSU areas who may receive messages, but probably because we're already late, that didn't work, but that's fine. You can manually configure the load. Panel states. Oh yeah, we've already done that. We were cold and dark. Ground services. Performance calculations, we'll go ahead and do that when we set up the McDo. Company messages. Huh. The aircraft departs late. The operations team will request an ADC delay code. Wow. Well, we are damn late. Very cool. All right, so let's have linked to your device. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're not going to export it. We want to see it in the sim. Okay, let's do this thing. I'm used to this. All right, just logging in, and then we will look at some charts. Oh, yeah, oh yeah. So for the AirX cycle, I had to download something from Navigraph, FMS Data Manager or something like that. Something I never had to use before. But it scanned my system for mods. It found the Fenix, and I had to update the AirX outside of the sim. I'm not sure if that runs in the background now that I have it downloaded, but it was manually manual to update, but outside the sim. When I loaded back into the sim, it was already in the McDo, the right cycle. All right, this doesn't seem to be working. Did I miss something? Oh, allow. I might have to do that over again because I generated a new link. Damn it. Open. Allow. And nice. Nicely done. Current cycle. That's right. Import from SimBrief. Oh, so sick. This is so nice. All right. Let's go to Salt Lake. Let's do ground charts. Let's get our 10-9. This is the performance of this is so good. There's no lag at all. Oh, interesting. Maybe you already have it downloaded and it's just running in the background. That's fascinating. Mine was ancient. It was like from a year ago. All right, so we are taking off 3-4 left or 3-4 right. Let's go ahead and do 3-4 right this time. We came in on 3-4 left. All right, let's hop back, collapse the ground charts. We'll do our departure. And what was our departure? I think it was the Rugged 2. Boarding completes. Sick. Rugged 2 RNAV departure. And there goes the jetway. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. All right, let's take a look. So for runway, that's for 16 left. So it looks like, all right, 3-4 left or right. Climbing left turn on a heading between 340 counterclockwise to 310 as assigned by ATC. Then on radar vectors to cross Bubby at or above 11,000. Okay. Then track 54 to rugged. Then on transition, maintain flight level 230 or lower. Filed altitude, expect filed altitude 10 minutes after departure. So we'll just simulate that best we can, but we do know in the FMS, we can now set this to 11,000. All right. Oh, we have to set both sides. How delightfully manual. Okay. So that's good. That's our departure. What is our transition, you ask? Good question. Let's go here to the pilot brief. And we're going to Georgi. And where's Georgi? All the way out here. Nice. All right, guys. I think our IRSs should be aligned. It looks like they are. Let's do the McDo setup. IRSs are all nav. GPS primary. Fantastic. And just one last check. Latest AirX cycle. Those are the correct engines. Okay, and let's go to init A. Let's try the init request. See if it works. Yep, Salt Lake City to KSUX. we are actually going to KSUX tonight. Enjoy. Flight number did not pull in, but we can go ahead and Delta 9084. Cost index, oh geez, what was it? I want to say it was 10 or 5 because it's a different profile. So cost index of 5. Cruise flight level 350. And the temperature pulls in automatically. Triple pause. Let's go ahead and pull this in 40833. Override that. And that looks good to me. Let's check to see if the wind... Oh, we can do a wind request. Let's see if that works. Nice. Very cool. Get back. We'll have to figure out, like, there's just so many new things to play with. All right, but yeah, so that's init A, all good. Let's go to our flight plan and program in our departure. We'll follow the OFP. Oh, whoop. So quiet. So coming from here, rugged to, so 3 forward left is where we'll be departing. And rugged to departure. And Georgi transition. And insert. And let's take a look at the plan. I'll have to find the right vantage point for this so we can get the view of both. But going, so there's our manual, then we'll go direct to Bubby. And then rugged. And then spine, skiddy, popple, Georgi, and then on our way. All the way to Sucks. That looks good to me. Alright, so we'll go back to plan, to ARC rather. Come back down here and go to rad nav. So let's take a look at those charts. I'm so used to the old shortcuts on the fly-by-wire. Let's go to our charts. And we have a Tango Charlie Hotel we could probably put in. And I think that's all that's relevant. So Tango Charlie Hotel. Oh, it's already in there. Look at that. Must have been part of the flight plan. The ILS for the runway is already in there as well if we need to do a return to the runway. That is so cool. Alright, let's go to init B. Oh, well, actually no, secondary flight plan. So we've never been able to use the secondary flight plan. So this is new, and I'm just gonna click copy active. I'm just gonna assume this is a redundancy thing. Cool. And actually, one thing I didn't check. Well, we'll check it on our descent. I want to see if they have VNav like fully functional. But yeah, secondary flight plan. It's functional. We'll have to learn how to use that properly. But now let's go to init B. And does this do it automatically, or do we have to do it manually? So in the fly-by-wire, if I click on this, it just pulls it in. Let's go to our EFB. Go to our Fenix app. Mass and bounds. We can see zero fuel weight is 58.7 if we round up. So 58.7. And our zero fuel weight, center of gravity is 30.1. There it is. Block fuel in tanks and kilograms, 7.6. And wind information, which we'll get from our OFP. Tailwind of 82 knots. Nice and quick. So Tango, 82. Invalid entry. Invalid entry. That did not work. Maybe 82T? No. Invalid entry. What is the right way to put this in? Tailwind? No. This is a mystery. All right, well, let's put in the times from the OFP. Sorry, the fuel from the OFP. So contingency 0.6, 1.8, and 1.1. 0.6, 1.8, and 1.1. And without the wind information, it's saying we have, we don't have enough fuel. Trying to think what other syntax. Handy dandy Google. Phoenix trip wind. This is not coming up with anything useful. Let's just do A320 trip wind. Let's see. Let's try this. TL082. No. Let's try TA082. No. TW082. No. Because I see an example of a headwind, which is HD. Come on. One of these images will have it. This is so infuriating. Well, let's try putting in a headwind and see if it takes it. I'll just do a headwind of 0. No, it doesn't like that either. If I just put in a number. What if I do plus? No. What the F? McDo trip wind. All right, let's see. So if we go back to init A, we did go to the wind menu. Oh, next phase, cruise wind. Next phase, descent wind. There's wind data already in there. Unclear if it's carried over to this page. Well, if I don't find an answer in another minute, we're just going to move on. Last thing I'm going to check, actually, is the document that our friend Costiker shared with us, which unfortunately I can't share with all you guys, but it is an A320 training manual, like the real thing. And where is it now? Here it is. And I want to see if they have... I'm going to go to the McDo setup portion of the guide. Let's see. Looking here. I may not actually have detail in the McDo in here. Let's see. Not the level of detail we're looking for, at least. Alright, so we're just going to skip trip wind. We'll figure that out some other time, and we'll assume that we're fine. With the tailwind that we're expecting, like, I have no concerns about fuel. So let's go to, so init B is complete. Let's go to performance, and now let's check out the performance calculator on this thing. So, coming here, that is our departure performance calculator. Let's take a look at this. So let's sync. Oh, so runway 34 left. Runway surface is dry. We'll sync the load sheets. Flap configuration, we'll do flaps 1. We're not going to force toga. Anti-ice is off. Pax is off. That is all good. We'll sync weather. And I think that's all for the settings, and calculates. Look at that. Unreal. Even has our trim setting. Alright, so let's put that in. So flaps 1 up 0.1. flaps 1, and then up 0.1. Flex to temp is 60 degrees. Transition altitude is 18,000, which is how it is all throughout the US. And V speeds 133, 133, 137. All right. It is interesting that the interesting that the F speeds are a little different how it's displayed there, but I'm not going to be too concerned about that. Cool. Well, that's that. So with that, I think we are fairly ready to go. I'm just going to go to our starred charts and plan our taxi to 34 left. So we'll push back, face north, head to taxiway Foxtrot, takes Foxtrot all the way down, and we'll go down. Actually, we'll take Echo all the way down just to be simple. No one else is around here. Go down Bravo, and you know what? We haven't connected to vPilot, so we're actually not on the VATSIM network right now. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's connect. Delta Airlines 9084, A320. Not in the Neo anymore. Connect. Flight plan, load, and file. Okay. Yeah, so Echo to Bravo. We'll take Bravo all the way down to Alpha 1. Fuck it. Echo to Alpha 1. Keep it easy. All right, so with that, let's start the APU so we can start thinking about pushback. Oh my god, I will figure out these shortcuts, guys. There we go. Fueling is... Actually, let's check the ECAM. If fueling is done. Oh, there's the company message. Let's look at the messages. There's our load sheet. All right, so we did get it. We'll accept it. Thank you. Get back here. Okay, but yes, refueling is done. So we'll get those pumps on. And seatbelts on. Oh yeah, I uninstalled the pushback mod, figuring that might cause issues. All right, so and let's do the APU. 1, 2, 3. Strobe to auto. All right, let's see the APU spooling up. Look at these floodlights down. I'm not a big fan of those floods. That's better. APU is available, generating power. So let's go ahead and disconnect external power. And head to our electronic flight bag here. Fenix app, ground services. we can call that ground power unit away, chocks and cones and go away. And let's connect the tug. And let's go ahead and do our before start checklist. Cockpit prep is complete. Fuel message is sent. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do the checklist they've provided us. All right, before start, cockpit prep is completed. Power ref is set. It was a 29972. ACAR is initialized. ACAR, is it initialized? Right, ACAR is this screen here. Ah, come on. I'm so sorry, guys. This is probably the worst to watch. I actually don't know how to turn this on. But we've wasted enough time. We'll figure it out later. Park and brake is set. Fuel on board is set and it be loaded. Flex temp set. Takeoff speeds are set. Before start checklist to the line. So let's go ahead and get pushback started. Let's confirm we're pushing back and to our right. And let's just make sure that the park and brake disconnected when I did that. It did. Cool. Park and brake disconnected and start pushback. And let's see if I can use the rudder pedals to direct pushback. I cannot, so it is just manual here. So I'll just have to watch. What's active? Yeah, I'd prefer to use toolbar pushback if it's available, because this is really annoying. Oh, that wasn't too bad. It's actually way better than I thought it would be. And we'll call it there and stop. And stop. Doesn't really stop very quickly, does it? Alright. Park and brake engaged. Disconnect the tug. Go back to our charts. And let's do our before start checklist again, because it's available here. Passenger signs on and auto. Beacon, transponder, and all doors are closed. So let's come back up here. One of these days I'll remember what the button is. Come on. 5. The button is 5. Right. Seatbelt signs are on. Beacons are on. And transponder is to auto. And all doors are closed. So let's go ahead and start the engines up. So we'll get APU bleed on. We'll get our engine mode to ignition. And engine 2 start. Our ignition is activated. And 2 spinning up. We have pressure. Fuel flow is increasing. The igniter's disengaged. And one's increasing. And engine start. Engine 1. Get the engine clock started. And for this one, let's take a look at the outside. Listen to those sounds. Oh, we have a friend over there. That reminds me, I'm gonna get Volanta started. See if my model matching is working again. Interesting. According to VATSIM, that plane is not there. Fascinating. That's very strange. Alright, anyway, after start checklist. Well, let's just make sure, yep, that looks good. So let's go ahead and get engine mode back to normal. And APU bleed and APU can come off. Alright, after our checklist, ground equipment is removed, anti-ice is off, flaps we'll go ahead and set to takeoff configuration 1. There we go. APU is off, yellow electric pump not needed, we have both engines running. Trims, so we want to do up 0.1. So flight control, see if my trim wheel works, we didn't test this yet. And it works, that's down. Very sensitive, but 1 up, that does work. Cabin doors are... Oh, cool, the armrest can come up. Cabin doors are armed. ECAM status is checked. Alright, so let's get ourselves ready for taxi. Get the nose taxi light on. And ground spoilers armed. And braking max for takeoff. And that is all good. So we don't have a taxi checklist here. But that is fine. We'll do before takeoff to the line while we're sitting here. So flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full down, full up, neutral, and rudder, full left, and full right. And I see the tiller is attached to the rudder. We should see if we can detach that and assign the tiller to something else. Actually, I did see a setting for that. Oop. So pedal disconnect tiller, maybe that's what that means. We'll just need to figure out what the tiller is assigned to. Yeah, so now the tiller and the rudders are disconnected. But don't know how to control the tiller. So I guess we'll just use that for takeoff right now. So right now we'll just reactivate the tiller, so we can get full deflection of the wheel, and we'll taxi with that. All right, so all good. Let's roll. My God, we're moving. Oh, thanks, Delta Mike. Appreciate it. Over on YouTube. Just trying the view defaults. Oop. See, using the tiller with the rudder is really hard. Very sensitive. Let's see where the center line vantage point is. Okay, so center line is like just to the left of the ND PFD divider. Everyone give us a little bit more of a boost in speed, because we're going nice and slow. Oh, what happened to the stream? Oh, friends, you know what? I think my other computer's Wi-Fi crapped out. And if you've been messaging me, I apologize. I have not been receiving them. Let's see if I can get this fixed.
Salt Lake City traffic, southwest 1872, short final, runway 34 left, Salt Lake traffic.
Alright, so there's a plane coming in. Alright, reconnecting to chat. Alright, we're back on. Apologies, folks, if You were chatting and I was completely ignoring. Alright, there's the Southwest flight coming in. And there'll be the real test if mile matching is working again. Please match. Please let that be a Southwest livery. Not looking good. Now that looks generic as fuck. Alright, so mile matching is still screwed for me.
Following traffic, Southwest 1872 is going to exit Alpha 7, taxi via Bravo to the Bravo concourse, following traffic.
Alright. Roll into the runway. As you roll, let's get weather system, predictive wind shear system online. Is that might be in-op. And terrain. Oh, the terrain radar works. Yes. Amazing. All right, takeoff config. Normal. So ECAM memo takeoff no blue. Before takeoff checklist to the line. Alright, we're getting to the end of the runway. We're actually going to go flying for the first time in 2.5 hours of fiddling with this brand new Fenix A320. Get a little boost here. Alright, slow down to about 10 knots and begin this turn to the hold short point, and we'll slow down and hold right about here. Alright, so at this point let's get ATC on, TCAS, TARA. We'll want to light up like a Christmas tree. Oh, those are both mapped. Okay. For takeoff. Alright, so takeoff runway is confirmed, 34 left. Cabin crew is advised. Does this work? Engine mode is normal. TCAS and TIRA packs are coming off for our flex takeoff. And let's do our radio call. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 984, taking off runway 34 left. Salt Lake traffic. Alright, so one thing we want to do here, not performance on, yeah, actually here, next phase, we want to put in, we have a speed restriction from when ATC was online of 230 knots, so we'll just go ahead and test that. Definitely maneuvers very differently from the fly-by-wire, so still getting used to it. Hey Ivan! Performance is fine. We still have shitty ground performance because of a Microsoft Flight Simulator issue, nothing to do with the mod. But hanging in there. Alright, disconnect steering from the tiller. And friends, you ready? Take off. And one stable 50%. Man flex SRS runway. Getting this weird caution, but they are set to flex. Not sure what that's about. 100 knots. B1, rotate. Woohoo, that's responsive. Positive rate, gear up. Ooh, wow. Just lever asymmetry. So I'll have to recalibrate that most likely. Flaps up. Oh, no. Come on. Thrust climb. That's a little temperamental. Spoilers disarmed. Lights. And engage autopilot. Autopilot 1. Head over to the McDo and we'll go direct to Bubby. Inserts. And off we go. Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. Handling is good. It feels like I'm flying something way heavier than the fly-by-wire A320, and I'm just going to assume that means it's doing what it should. That's pretty epic. Approaching 10,000 feet. I don't know why it's saying get your landing predictions in, but whatevs. We are far from our destination, friends. Less powerful engines, for sure. Here the engines pull back. We'll go ahead and get to managed speed there. Wow, the engines sound very different, don't they? Let's check our chart real quick. For the RNAV departure. So cross Bubby at or above 11,000, then track 54 degrees to rugged, then on transition. Maintain 230 or lower filed altitude. So once we cross Bubby, we'll clear ourselves to 230. That's a very smooth autopilot. That was a very smooth turn. We'll get 23,000 locked in. We're on our way to rugged. And when... Okay, let's go up now. Actually, those mountains look a little close. Thrust, climb, climb. There's a lateral deviation on the PFD, which is phenomenal. And we are clear of terrain. We'll get the terrain radar off. Unreal, guys. This is definitely next level. Oh. Yeah, we got a stutter moment, but I think we recovered. We are getting about 31 frames per second. We'll see if that improves when we get higher. We're used to getting around 60 at cruise. We're looking at performance. My CPU still has headroom. Our GPU still has headroom. You can change whether the Fenix is going to be more CPU heavy or GPU heavy. It seems like CPU is the way to go for my system. It might be different for other folks. I mean, even though we're only getting 31 frames, like, it does seem really smooth. Whoa. What is... Whoa. That's weird. You guys seeing this? LNAV is freaking out. I didn't do anything. I did nothing. That was strange. I'm just gonna ignore that happened and push some buttons. Nice, so I'm glad to hear it. Let's go to standard QNH. Let's clear those rad navs. MoDaddy, I have a question for you, if you're game. Let me just clear the... Oh, this is automatically updating. This is not where we... That's interesting. We'll have to watch this. But on the... Ooh, what's that? Master caution. Nav barref discrepancy. Oh, right. What's standard? Is it 1013? Oh, no. No, it's talking about this. There we go. But yes, sorry. MoDaddy, question for you. On the init B page... Oh, it's changed now, but we couldn't put in the trip wind for the life of us. We put in all the other fuel information, but trip wind it didn't want to accept. Did you have a similar issue? Oh, you didn't do that. Okay. It was so strange. Let's get our, so looks like we'll get to top of descent pretty quickly. I'm sorry, the top of climb pretty quickly in about another 10,000. Oh, well, that's because we're at 23,000. At this point, we can clear ourselves to cruise, which is what, was that 35,000? Sorry, one of these will have it. Yeah, cruise at 35,000. So let's get that in there. And up we go. That's looking mighty pretty. We're definitely getting a performance hit, though. I think frames are lower than they are in the fly-by-wire at this stage of the game. But if I ignore the FPS counter, I don't think I would notice it. Looking at our routing, we may come across some traffic, although ATC is basically shut down for the night from the looks of things. Alright, cool. So we'll do what we usually do. When we get to cruise, we'll figure out when we should start planning our descent. Wow, dude. 3 flights in a night. Good on you. Good on you. I've just got this one in me. I started so late. Like, this one's going to take me until after midnight. But after this, just 2 more legs in the round-the-world journey. Just 2 more. We're heading to Detroit after this, and then the final leg to Newark. And I was hoping to have that final leg be the debut of this bird. But in retrospect, I'm happy it wasn't, because for the folks that signed on early in the evening, watching me fiddle around with this thing, that would have been a really frustrating. It would have been a really frustrating final flight to watch, because it just took me forever to figure out how to set everything up the way I wanted to. And there's still weirdness, like on the throttle calibration. I might need to. I wonder if there's a way to program in sensitivities, because the detents were a little sensitive. things that we haven't figured out how to get working yet. Altimeter setting is not mapping. And arming the spoilers, we haven't figured out how to get to work. And autopilot. I have the autopilot mapped to the fly-by-wire A320 functions. So maybe let me hop into SPAD and fiddle around with this. I think I know how I can get this to work. So let's go in order. Alright, so push events, edit events, edit action. And we'll just do we'll just map it to the Neo. What is this? Neo heading push. Okay. And then we'll map the other one to heading pull. Heading pull. And let's see if that functions. So I'm going to try to go into heading mode. No, that's not working. Let me see if there's a generic heading push and pull events. Yeah, there's a SimConnect one. FCU heading push. Let's see if that works. Hey, have a blast. Welcome to the channel. How's it going? I'm fiddling with sim events trying to get my my FCU to work. Sweet. What mouse do you go with? I'm not familiar with that one. It's supposed to be. Oh, so do you not have it yet? Is it really light? Oh, hey, Rahul. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Sorry, I have both Twitch and YouTube online right now. Performance, I haven't tried the PMDG. I am only familiar with the fly-by-wire. The frame rates are far less, but it's not really noticeable. I think. Yeah, I'm probably getting like a 15 frame dip, but I'm still stable at like 35 frames per second. Which honestly for the sim is more than you really need. Oh, we haven't unboxed it yet. Nice. Alright, you hear the engine swilling back a bit as we're getting to cruise. Alright. Mach Alt Cruise. Welcome to Cruise Flight, everyone. So I'm just gonna do a couple things, see if I can, can I shut this one down? I don't really see an off button. Oh, that's cool. You can disconnect the charge. Let's see. Sleep mode. Marginal performance difference. Alright, well now that we're at cruise, let's check our McDo, let's check our flight plan. And looking at our destination on our way to KSUX. I expect to get there at 54 past 3, which is in about an hour and 10 minutes. Man, this plane is definitely slower. So we got some time. Yeah, so we'll start, and just make sure the clock is still correct. It is. So we'll want to start our descent briefing, geez, like at 14 past the hour, so we got some time. We got like half an hour. Oh, so now it is taking wind into account, so it is giving us about half an hour of extra time. Although not estimating fuel for our alternate, which is interesting. Turn down the display a bit, it's getting a bit darker. Come here to the EFB, and we can clear these charts out. Come back to the Fenix app. Let's keep browsing. So airframe. Oh, analog standby. Ah, interesting. So we can actually change this to digital, I'm assuming. These are airline modifiable information. So Y system hydraulic steering, ice detection, 1,500 feet acceleration height. I don't know what these switches are for. Lateral deviation. cabin visibility. Oh, so does that help with frames? Not really. Let's see if we go to the cabin now. Oh, it's gone. That's hilarious. But cabin visibility on, and there it is. Cabin lights. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty sweet. But, you know, since we're not really using the cabin, I'll go ahead and turn it off. All right, RA callouts. Cool. That looks fine. So that's fine. I'll assume settings. Panel states we looked at. Ground services are not relevant. That's fine. Yeah, there's not really much in there. Coming over to the McDo. Go to config. Hey, Young Tex. Welcome back. I've been good. How have you been? We are flying the new Fenix A320 tonight. Alright, so yeah, we'll fiddle with this again when we're back on the ground. Looks like we can manually load on the screen. Versus the Neo, pretty slow. Like normally at this point of the flight would be like relatively close to top of descent, but we've got a ways. Like we're expecting to arrive in over an hour. What is our actual speed? Actually, you know, that is the tell-all. You know what? It's not that much slower. What in the Neo we're what at Mach 0.78, so it's slower, but it's not like insanely slower. Oh, excuse me. Oh, jeez. But it's already here. You're working like crazy, man. I took tomorrow off. I just needed it. Needed some time. You know what we can do? Let's figure out how to get ACARS to work. Oh, nice. I am a fantastic cooking companion. Alright, I'll need to learn how to use ACARS, because I have no idea how to use it. So much to learn, guys! This is great! This is great. And we are getting more information here, right? So this is our arrival. Distance to top of descent. Cabin rate. Oh, Christ. Oh, man. I gotta stop yawning. It's the new Fenix A320. So it's a completely new aircraft. Came out just a few hours ago, but it is. They claim it's study level, and from what we've seen so far, it's special. It's special. It's payware, so it's, you know, it's got to be good. But it's been pretty impressive. Oh, what's that light? What's that overhead? Still trying to figure out the shortcuts here. Back. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? So dome. I want to see. How do I turn that light off? That's annoying. Oh wait, does the cockpit door video work? It doesn't seem to. Alright, never mind. What light are you? Oh, is it the flood? Yeah, that's it. Cool. Oh, but you know what does work, guys? Oh, yeah. I can have dinner, too. Look at this. So ridiculous. That's so unnecessary. But fantastic. Oh, what? Yeah, okay, let's just see what else. What is this? Oh, that's for the window. We don't want to open the window. Definitely not. What's this? What's this? Or is that like... Oh, that must be air. I'm going to push something and something is like bad is going to happen eventually. What else can we play with? We already know we can open the cockpit door, but we're not going to do that in flight. Oh, is that the video? Hold on. Hold on. No, that's an op. It does push in, though. It just doesn't do anything. Alright. This is the circuit breaker panel. Don't want to play with that. Reading lights. Maybe? Yeah, well, we'll try to get on the ground. What happens if I hit the toilet button? Oh, that's not a button. Never mind. Look at the overhead. Yeah, there'll be things that'll be fun to test, like the ram air. I have not seen Joe Dirt. There's a very, hopefully obvious reason I've never seen Joe Dirt. That just looks like such a terrible movie. Let's dim those displays over there. Yeah, so I'm going to say this definitely does seem like a performance hog overall. He eats off a meteor? What? Oh, good for him. Where's that light coming from? Is that supposed to be just be like the light of the EFB? No, there has to be like a source there. Oh, maybe it is. Let's see. No, there is something shining on the FB. Oh, interesting. There is like a side light here. God, why is this so bright though? Hey, Cass. Yeah, we're flying further east from Salt Lake to KSUX. KSUX. But it took us a while to get in the air tonight because we are flying in the Fenix A320, the brand new study level A320 mod. This is not the fly-by-wire. This is something completely different, and it is beautiful. It's glorious, and it will absolutely destroy your GPU. Get that dome light back on. I can't tell what kind of lighting situation I want to keep in here. This feels good. It handles great. It actually, like, it feels like you're flying a bus in the sky. I guess hence the Airbus moniker. But yeah, no, on takeoff you could feel it. It was heavy. You know, there was a lag in the input. No, this is not the last leg. This is, so we're heading to KSUX, and then after KSUX we got a flight to Detroit, and then from Detroit we're heading to Newark. So we got 2 more flights after this before we figure out what to do next. But this is leg 52 out of what will be 54 of the around the world journey. Crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Alright, we got about 15 minutes, let's say, more like 20 minutes, until we begin descent prep. Take a look outside real quick. $787. Are you talking about the? Is that the heavy division, or is there something else? I flew the heavy division for the Cross the Pond event a couple months back, but it's good, but it still needs a lot of work. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because the heavy mod is for the 787-10, which is in here. Alright, we haven't checked Volanta yet tonight. Let's do that. Yeah, I think it's pretty new. The 787-10 is what comes in the deluxe edition of Microsoft Flight Sim. And there's an add-on you can get for that called the Heavy Division. But it sounds like you're talking about something else. Alright, let's hop into Volanta. So yeah, ATC, done for the night, from the looks of it. And not a lot of traffic. There's some... I mean, KSUX is a pretty popular place, only because, like, the name is funny. So we have a 737-8, and we have a DC-94 on approach. But yeah, no, it's going to be pretty quiet. Flying over flyover country. Oh, it's real dark now. Alright, so we were, again, I'm going to figure out these shortcuts eventually. But we were looking at the weather system here. And this has been in-op in the, fly-by-wire. Wind shear system doesn't seem to be operative, but all these other things are, and I have no idea how to use these. So there is a mention of tilt on the ND there, +1. What happens if I select this to map? This has been out for like 3 hours. Like, it came out today. So this is only in the beginning of its journey. Yeah, Mote, I think I'm with you. I think the fly-by-wire is going to take a bit of a break. Trying to figure out what this ETP stands for. Lurking. Because yeah, I think he's on his 3rd flight of the night. What does ETP stand for? All right, this is something to Google. ETP on the ND. Equal time point. That's cool. Basically, it implies that we're closer to the next diversion airport than to the previous one. I'm not exactly sure how it calculates that. I'm not sure if it's just talking about like equal time point for your departure and arrival, like the midpoint. It's approximately the midpoint, kind of looking at the Volanta map. Oh, video. Let's see if this works. I mean, it lets you push the button. Yep, nothing. Oh, gloves. That's nice. Alright, we're passing the equal time point. There it goes. There's our top of descent coming in about 240 miles. And we're about 10 minutes away from descent prep. So actually, it's not too bad. Time has been flying quite nicely. Let's go get those seatbelt signs off. Seems pretty stable at this point. I can see some cities in the distance. It's dark, friends. It's dark. One thing we could check out before we get to descent prep is just to see if we can get METAR data directly in the McDo, like we can in the fly-by-wire. Weather request, KSUX. Alright, seems like it's gonna work. METAR. Send. Ah. This is our delay message. KSUX, Sierra Uniform X-ray. Do I have it wrong in the stream title? There's some kind of code for being delayed. Oh well. We'll look into that later. It's a procedural thing we don't need to really worry about. Let's go back to receive messages. We should have our METAR by now. KSUX. From 252 Zulu, which is probably the most recent we're going to get. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean that's just 15 minutes ago. So let's see. Get our arrival information. So, oh, it's windy there too. Look at that. So winds 320. 26, gusting to 35. Good visibility though, nice and warm. Altimeter 2934. Alright. Yeah, 2,500 feet. Not too bad. Let's try Matar in the chat, actually. See if it corresponds. KSUX. Yeah, that looks like to be the same one. The print functionality I know is not working yet in the Phoenix. All right, so yeah, it was a few minutes early. Let's go ahead. Let's start prepping the departure. Sorry, the arrival rather. So going to our Navigraph app built in here, we can come here and go to. Oh, what if I click on route? What does this tell us? Oh, just loads a map. Okay, that's cute. Oh, but we can see the airway. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, so it is basically the Navigraph app built in. Alright, KSUX, look at the ground charts, get airport info. We'll just start that for now. We'll look at that in a sec. Let's actually see. I already forgotten the flight plan. What we're intended to land. We're intended to land runway 31. Given the winds, that makes sense. That makes sense. So we won't have to worry about too much of a crosswind. And ILS runway 31, that is definitely what we'll do. And there are no stars, so we're basically like, what is our last waypoint before we get to KSUX? Sucks. It's hilarious. Question is, like, where is Sucks relative to Ikusi? Unclear. Really is. Really is. And again, this is the only reason why we're flying to Kilo Sierra Uniform X-Ray, so just so I could, you know, say KSUX. And oh, wait. What? Hold on. Oh my God. All right. Guys. The ILS. The ILS is ISUX. 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 This is the best part of my week. This moment right here. You're seeing it. You're witnessing it live. Oh, that's so funny. All right. Let's start programming the box then. Flight plan. KSUX. Arrival. ILS 31. No star. No transition. Insert. And there is a discontinuity there. Let's see what that looks like. I will say the camera views are not great. Standard ones are not great. Alright, plan. Be a bit tighter there. Okay, so there's KSUX, and there is bleh. I would say yeah, we're definitely gonna have to vector ourselves. We'll definitely have to vector ourselves. So we'll probably maybe like, let's call it 5 miles from KSUX. We'll take a direct downwind to the runway. The runway is I'll look at the airport info. The reverse heading is 133, so we'll travel on the radial 133 until we're adjacent to Ikusei, and then we'll do our base and final turn, and that is it's 15 miles away, so we might want to fly past that a bit just to kind of make a bit more of an extended final approach. Plenty of time to configure new plane. We're going to figure things out, so that sounds good. There is a arrival performance calculator, so let's use that now. Okay, hang the KSUX, dry conditions. Let's refresh METAR and apply METAR. Oh, they just updated it, so this is new. Actually, I'm like, wait, the altimeter changed. Maybe they're doing it more frequently because of the winds? Yeah, no, this is solid. Aircraft config. Okay, so how does this work? How does this work? So landing weight. Okay, we have to assume it. That is something that's on the OFP, right? So it's predicting a landing weight of 63 tons, so that's what we'll use. Alright, obviously flap full, manual land. Okay, we want to do low braking ideally. We'll do max reverse. Auto throttle on. Okay. And landing distance procedure. Wow, this is really detailed. Oh, maybe it doesn't like there should be like a button. Oh, I see. It didn't like that. It wants me to put like a really precise value in. So it was at 63.4. Maybe that's why I wasn't liking it. Alright. Oh, and runway. Okay. We gotta choose that. 3-1. There we go. There we go. Yep, so that looks fine. Low braking it is. And there are failures built into the mod. I'm guessing the landing distance procedure. Well, I guess it adjusts. Let's play around with this. So let's see. One spoiler faults. Okay, so it'll help you adjust your calculation based on the conditions. That's pretty sweet. But we do have plenty of runway, so nothing to worry about. And that all looks good. Alright, so let's do our top hat thing. Coming back to McDo, flight plan is good. Rad navs. Charlie Kilo Whiskey. And there is an NDF, Tommy. The radnavs do seem to be automatic, which is interesting. I don't quite know I can't quite grasp the logic for it. But let's put in Oscar Isaac. Nope, I'm kidding. Oscar India. Oh, that would be funny though. 305, 305. Good. We'll go ahead. Oh, up close and personal with these knobs there. All right. Heading to the progress page. So, Kilo Sierra Uniform X-ray. Runway, I've already forgotten. 31, 34. 31. Alright, that's good. Performance. Let's put in our approach information. So QNH, we have the latest one up here. Go back over here. Here's an even newer one. There it is. And 2936. QNH. Temperature is 15 degrees. Winds. 330, 22. Transition level's fine. And, you know, with the gusts, actually, we should be doing a configuration 3 landing, so we should actually recalculate the landing there. But let's just set that setting. My God, one of these buttons. There it is. Landing flap 3 on. This is gonna make me throw up. I'm really sorry. Adjust this to flap 3. And we're still fine. Cool. Back to the McDo. Minimums. Minimums. So, for the ILS Cat 3 full capability, oh anyway, yeah, no, the Barrows 1296. Alright, that looks good. Alright, next is fuel prediction. Plenty of fuel on board when we get to KSUX. Thanks to that tailwind. And secondary flight plan. Don't know what to do with it. It's a feature I've never seen before. But our primary flight plan is fine, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Alright. Good. So we're about 80 miles from top of descent. And actually, since, you know, there is no star to fly, it looks like we need to be at 2,900 feet by Ikusi, Ikuse, Ikux. We'll just descend 2,900. So we'll get that in the FMC once I find the button that gets me there. Alright, so... Fuck, right, forgot what it was. 2,900. Get that in the box. And we'll try the VNav. Oh no! No, 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 no! Oh god. Oh god, don't want to descend yet. This is why I need to get my frickin'... I need to get my controls set up properly. Weird angle to kind of get that to switch, and then 2900. Okay, that's why I wanted to do that. Did we mess up? Alright, still thinks we're in cruise. Good, all cruise. So the McDo was smart enough to recognize my friggin' mistake there. So that was nice. Let's see. Yes, there are more camera settings. Again, I'm sorry. This is probably really painful for you guys to watch. Anyway, I want a button that gets me like a nice tight shot of this. But ONL, I'm not entirely sure what ONL stands for. Yeah, really unclear. But let's take a look at the McDo and see what the VNav profile looks like. Oh. So is that a waypoint? Alright, well, it looks like VNav kicks in at KSUX. Then there's a flight plan discontinuity. Let's just get to 5,000 by Ecuse, 2,900 by Salix. But if we look at the chart, I mean, that's fine, but it doesn't seem to agree with the chart. So we may want to override that. We'll play it by ear. We'll do VNav until we feel like it's not going to do what we want it to. Yeah, so ONL, it just like the top descent happens to, I guess, to coincide with that waypoint. Alright guys, we're getting close, 40 miles until top of descent. And the fun begins. Can we land it? Can we take this fully featured study level mod and actually get it on the ground? Well, okay, fine. I mean, yeah, the winds are gusty, but it's a direct headwind. It's kind of similar to, well, almost direct headwind. As close to a direct headwind as you could possibly hope for. Oh, yeah, the prediction kicks in 5 minutes before landing, so you still got some time. But thanks for showing me your hand there. Yeah, this feels like it's going to be similar to our flight into San Francisco earlier this week, where very, very, very heavy headwind with gusts, but directly like we were flying directly into it for the final approach. So it made the landing feel incredibly slow because our ground speed was so low. So you basically just like place the plane on the ground. It just sits there. Let's select our braking mode. Okay, I'll do my best. Which button am I looking for? Come on. Oh, this one, okay.
This is traffic, November 3819er, taxiing to runway 26. This is traffic.
Which traffic? What airport are you from? Did he say sucks traffic? There is no runway 26.
56 out following second frequency.
Minneapolis Center. So that's what we'll call out. Minneapolis traffic, or Sioux City. We'll do Sioux City traffic. That's the airport we're going to. Sioux City. Let me check out Volanta to see who was making those calls. I mean, there is a plane. There's a Delta flight on the ground at Sioux City. Yeah, I don't know. There's like no planes in the vicinity. I don't know where that call was coming from. Interesting. Kansas City, maybe? Unclear. Oh, friends, here comes Stop and Descent. Yay! Turning into our next waypoint. ADF is active and descent. And there seems to be no restriction. It's taking us all the way to flight level 29. So now why is that? Why is that? Yeah, that doesn't make sense now, does it? Oh, I guess like flight level 35 is the limit here, top of descent. But we're inbound sucks. Yeah, we'll watch this. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. $336, that's right now. Well, in any case, we'll go to local QNH. 2936. And what is that in hectopascals? 994. Adjust this. There we go. Still not recognizing a constraint there, which is interesting. I wonder, okay, so I wonder, we're going to hit this limit here. When we hit 10,000 feet, it's going to slow us down to 250 knots. I wonder when we hit 10,000 feet if that next VNAV restriction will kick in. Like right now, it's indicating we're going to go down all the way to 2,900, but let's see what happens when we cross 10,000. That'll be the test. Oh, sweet. I just noticed these pegs. You can actually move them around. So I wonder if like you'd use those for like your V speeds, speed restrictions. More drag. Ah, cool. Let's extend those spoilers, folks. Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. It's like, yay, you're going, you're not descending fast enough, so get more drag. So now when I catch up to the altitude track, it will tell me to retract the spoilers. Less drag. Thrust is still idle. Our pitch is practically flat. We're now getting ahead of the altitude dot. See. Well, ATC is... Oh, there's speed, so we don't want the engines to engage. We'll get the speed brakes out. I will be using vertical guidance. That's what I'm testing right now. So I'm in managed descent. And according to the McDo, there is kind of an altitude target on the VNav of 7,600 or so feet at Sioux. But here it's indicating that I'm clear to 2,900. If VNav had a restriction, it would show magenta what the restriction is. But I'm seeing if that will kick in when I hit the limit. But anyway, long story short, we are in VNav mode, theoretically. And I want to use it all the way down, but we'll see if it actually performs that way. But I think even on a visual approach, you can still use vertical guidance. That's my assumption, but I might be wrong. And folks on the channel, definitely correct me, but my understanding of being cleared for a visual approach is that ATC is basically giving you accountability for maintaining separation. And that they're not going to track you from that point forward on your approach. I think it's a way for ATC to kind of reduce their own workload. But if anyone in the channel knows that for sure, feel free to correct me. Alright. I think at this point we can do our approach checklist. Briefing is confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Actually, let's get seatbelt signs on. Landing distance is confirmed. Seatbelts are on. Bow ref is set. Minimums are set. Engine mode is set to normal. Approach checklist complete. Let's get the terrain radar on. See how that functions. Alright, so my prediction here, so we have a magenta dot on our ND here. I think that's where we're going to hit 10,000 feet and we'll reduce to 250 knots, but we're practically there already. Actually, let's set TCAS to below. Wonder what that triangle is. Oh, that's the NDB. Yay, Ivan! Yeah, no, I saw the weather report. Looks a little intense. Similar to San Francisco, though. Katz, you revised your prediction? The game won't kick in until about 5 minutes before. The chat bot will let you know when you can get your predictions in. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I said. What did I say? I was talking about the magenta dot. It's all good. All good. Well, maybe I was talking about the terrain radar? I don't know. No problemo. I just noticed this is a backup of our VOR, indicating DME. That's cool. That is cool. Alright, get a bit tighter. Is that another plane on the ground? What is that flashing? Oh yeah, TCAS is working. Look at that. There's a plane 7,700 feet beneath us. They don't have a flight plan. They're just flying around. It looks like they departed from KSUX, but no flight plan. That's sweet. Fun to know that that works. Alright, we're approaching 10,000 feet. Moment of truth here. If VNAV is going to correct itself. Otherwise, we'll set our own altitude restriction. Nope. Still getting us down. Interesting. Alright, well anyway, 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come on. Get constraints on here. And we'll activate heading mode. Interesting. Alright, well let's turn to 133. We'll begin our downwind. And we'll just get down to 5,000. Alright, so now we're on our downwind. Pretty much. And once we get a little past, well, actually we should adjust for the wind. That looks a bit better. And once we're a little bit past the EQC, we'll go direct and get this thing on the ground. Alright, at this point, let's get the lights off here. Get a better view of the outside. And let's get our charts ready. In case we need it. Okay. Now, it was interesting when we activated heading mode that we also activated vertical speed. I want to get down a bit faster, I think. Alt star. Lang system online. Alt. Alright, let's get our altimeter back where we want it. Alright, so our altitude setting. And we'll go direct to Ikuse. And managed. Descent nav. So we're on approach mode already. So we're at green dot speed. And 20 miles from the airport. Let's quickly check our missed approach. Climb to 3,100 feet direct to Tommy. And hold. Alright, so alright, there's the runway. A little off the localizer, but plenty of time to get back on it. Alright, at this point we'll arm the approach. Cat 3 single. Yeah, VNav doesn't really seem to be doing its thing very well. But we're still below the glide slope, so not too concerned. Look star. Look. Yeah, seriously. But you know what? It's a new plane. VNav is really hard to do. All right. Speed check, flaps 1. And speed check flaps 2, there's the gust. Glide slope star. Cat 3 dual. Glide slope capture, gear down. Sioux City traffic, Delta 984 on 10-mile final for runway 31. Sioux City traffic. And adjust this for misapproach.
2,500.
Radio altimeters alive. Arm the spoilers. Speed check, flaps 3. Fully configured. Now I need to get used to this new sight picture. If this is a bad landing, I'm going to blame that. Oh, let's lights. Let's quickly take an exterior shot, see this thing in Christmas tree mode. Pretty cool. Alright, you can see the slight crosswind. We are crabbing to the right to compensate. Hey, Mo Daddy, just in time. My chat bot does not seem to be working because there are no... But let me force the landing rate competition. Oh, it is active, so you can put your predictions in. So actually, Cass, your prediction, your last one, 130, it got recorded. So if you guys want to predict my landing rate, exclamation point predict, and then give me your landing rate. There you go. There you go. Let's play this game. You guys are very kind, by the way. Going into a crazy headwind on a slight crab. I don't know how to use the rudders. Are you serious? It's also a brand new plane. Slow and steady wins the race. Crikey. Well, we're doing flaps 3, so it's not going to be entirely slow. Alright, that wind is becoming more of a headwind. You can see 1,000. You can kind of see that adjusting there. Listing. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's a gust. Oh, man. Guys, this is going to be hard. At 500, I'll go to manual. And then pray for me. Guys, that wind.
500.
Autopilot off. Oh, I'm fighting that wind. I could feel it.
300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Wow! Reverse green. Decel. $70 knots. Rolling out. Wow! Yeah! Yeah, people. That's how you do it. It's a little off kilter, but that wind was nuts. That felt really good. That felt really freaking good. Props to the developers, man. That was I mean, totally left of center line. I got to fix that, but just the feel in the stick felt really good. I'm trying to interpret your feedback there, Cass. I got to turn the nose wheel steering on. Oh, is the brakes still activated? Yeah, they were. Whoop, 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 whoop. That tiller is crazy. I need to figure out how to map the tiller to my joystick. Alright, let's pull up here. Sioux City traffic, Delta 9084 is clear of runway 31. Sioux City traffic. Let's hold here. Welcome to KSUX. Alright, let's get some lights on so we see what we're doing. Alright, so flaps are coming up. Spoilers disarmed. Weather system can come off. TCAS to standby. ATC to auto.
City traffic, Skyhawk 3819er on final 38 to City traffic.
APU master on. 1, 2, 3. Set lights for taxi. And after landing checklists, flaps are retracted, spoilers disarmed, APU is on, radar is off, wincher system is off. We'll do 2 engine taxi. Let's figure out where the hell we're going. Alright, we are on Alpha. We'll go to Alpha. We'll cross 36, look for traffic, turn on Charlie. Actually, no, we'll go on Delta. Let's go down Delta. And we'll go straight to the terminal. Alright, Alpha to Delta. Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's our friend on final. Guess when he said 3-6. No, it looks like he's on 3-1. The Cessna.
Correction, runway 31, Skyhawk 3819er.
Oh, that's that's Ivan. That's Ivan. Oh, I see you coming in on my front window.
Nice landing, sir.
Good evening to you. I'm glad I didn't say anything mean. Like that idiot, he chose the wrong runway. That looks like a nice landing from here. Nicely done. Welcome to KSUX. I'm really upset that my mile matching still does not work. I'm just really incensed by that.
Yeah, the weather kind of sucks, to be honest.
Yeah, those are some serious gusts for sure. Alright. Look at these floating jetways. Let's turn right here. We'll pull into that one. I'm not sure that's going to connect properly, but we'll do our best. Alright, parking brake engaged. Get those external lights off. And APU is available. So let's shut down engine 2, engine 1. Seatbelt signs come off. And you just saw this cut over to APU power. That was pretty cool. You see all the lights flicker? That was sweet. That was sweet. Alright, at this point, let's get ground services connected. Commence deboarding. Yes! So mass imbalance. I'm not seeing anyone leave, but let's see if we can get a jetway connected. Ground power unit, chocks and cones. Where's the jetway? Oh, there we go. It seems to be activating all by itself. I guess if the jetway is not available... Oh, hey! Who's pulling up beside us over here? That sounds like a single piston aircraft. Hey! How's it going, Ivan? See the nose cone of a 172 poking there through the lights. How fun. Alright, can we get stairs at least? Yeah, there are the stairs. Okay, cool. How's it going? Yeah, you can see people deplaning. This is really cool. This is a feature that fly-by-wire does not have, where you actually unload the plane. And you can see seats emptying one by one. And cargo is coming off too. So we can do our parking checklist, and then we can do securing once we know the plane is empty. But APU bleed as required. Let's actually pump that on. Seatbelts are off, exterior lights are off, fuel pumps can come off. Parking brake and chocks are on. Parking checklist is complete. Wait for folks to deplane, and we'll continue with securing the aircraft. Alright, we can shut down the engine timer there. It's cool to see the weights moving as well. Well, I was very impressed with this mod. There's still a few like kinks to work out here and there, but overall, very well done. All right, let's go ahead and secure the aircraft. We'll start by just turning these systems off that we don't need anymore. And we'll reset the trim. Alright, that all looks good. Get the radios off. It's nice that these all work as well. Let's come to the overhead panel. Get crew supply off. Get the IRSs off. Connect to external power so we can get the APU shut down. Lights. Shut down the integrated lights. And same for here. The ECAMs turned off. And the glare shield. Alright, and secure the aircraft checklist. Brake temperatures checked. IRSs are off. Oxygen's off. APU bleeds off. Emergency exit lights are off. Signs and no smoking signs are off. APU is spooling down. And the final thing will be the battery. What? The F. That looked kind of nuts. That looked kind of nuts. Yeah, Ivan, I highly recommend it. It is doing better than I expected. I think we're going to get years of great flying out of this thing. Alright, well the AP power is still available. I'm going to see what happens now if I disconnect from external power. If I turn the batteries off. Yeah, it looks like we just have residual power while the APU spools down. So let's see what happens when that runs out of juice. There it is. Cold and dark. Friends. That's it. Let's call it a night. That was awesome. Thank you guys for bearing with me tonight. That was a super long stream. Lots of stops and starts beginning to end. Very good point, Cass. Didn't really think about that. I mean, someone has to turn it down. Someone has to turn it off at the end of the night. Maybe they use their cell phone flashlight. Whatever. Anyway, I need to go to sleep. This has been insane. From Support to Sioux City. Yes, that's right. And 2 more flights left to Detroit and then to Newark. I'm definitely going to try to plan the final one in advance, just dedicate a night to it. Detroit will probably happen... It might happen Monday during the day, honestly. I have Monday off as well. And I might do a daytime sim. But for the last leg to Newark, we'll plan in advance. We'll try to do something special for it. And hope to see you all there. Thank you guys for sticking through it. Cass, thanks again for joining. Ivan, always a pleasure as well. And hope to see you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Mike November Whiskey signing off.